What have your kids taught you about abundance?
You know, they are, kids in general are the biggest teachers in the world. And what they've taught me is how to not hold things in my system, right? All of my kids, they, just this morning, they'll fight over the stupidest thing. Like it could be just like a pencil. And one of them picks it up and the other one's like, I wanted that pencil.
This is something the
Yeah,
most valuable
yes,
object
exactly.
on the planet.
And then that one goes, "Ah," right? And then the other one goes, ah! And then they're all screaming and crying and doing a thing. And then eventually I step in and say, hey, we are a family that shares, but Kingston had the pencil first. And I'm gonna take it for now. And when our bodies are reset, I'm gonna give it back to you, right? And so I'll take the pencil and they're, and everybody's going crazy.
Dysregulation
Oh my
station.
God, and they're on the ground and they're snotting and they're doing the thing. And then literally, it could be just like a sound in the other part of the house or somebody walking in or one of the neighbor kids screaming in the background. Whatever it is, it could be Blippy on the TV. They'll just go, oh, and then done. They are back best friends. Nothing ever happened. There's no revenge in their body. They're not holding any of it.
Yeah.
They just flip and switch.
Yeah.
They do it for swings. There's 4 kids, there's 3 swings,
Oof.
right? So somebody's got to get off that swing.
Teach
right?
negotiation early.
Yes, right? Somebody's got to get off, right? Yeah, I need the swing. Right? Okay, well, you're not getting the swing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody says, oh, we're playing ball over here. Oh, okay. And then she's like, goes and skips over. And I'm like, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's why in Sacred Secret, there's a component called emotional alchemy, where I just give people permission to like rage. We just put on music and rage, and we cry, and then we sort of alchemize it with either bliss or turn on. And I always give people the model of like tap into your inner toddler. Look at a child. You give them Cheerios instead of Fruit Loops for breakfast, and they lose their effing minds.
Yes.
And then instantly it's like nothing ever
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
And we're trying to teach them to be more like us when really we need to be learning how to be more like them. We look at the news right now and the horror show that happens, and then we're not feeling that. We don't cry after we look at the news. We're like, I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you today? I'm fine.
Yes.
And we're not feeling it. And it just keeps getting, like, I think it was Christine Hassler came on the other day, and she said, we are paying the price of tens of thousands of years of unfelt feelings.
Yes.
So I was like, how do we learn from our children to feel these things, to
Yes.
express them fully, and then move into the new now?
Yes. Real talk. Yeah, it's so interesting because I also see the ways in which the imprint of Alexi and I and the imprint of the world starting to like layer onto them a little bit. And so that's our biggest work, is to continue to take that back off, right? And to
Take what off?
anything that the gunk of our limitations, the gunk of our thought process, right? Like, you know, a kid will see something land on a fence, and what they see is a million things until I say that's a bird. And the moment I say that's a bird, I've now robbed them of the 20,000 other things that thing that landed is. And so I'm noticing the parts of me that wants to label and name and give them structure for this, that, and the other. And it's like, well, is that necessary? I have 4. Is that do I need to? Do they need to know that? Or can we allow space? Right? There's this story. It's a true story about this dog that was hit. She was pregnant, and she got hit, and she lost her back legs. And they rushed her to the vet and delivered the puppies. And the puppies all lived. And a month or 2 later, they came back to check on the puppies and the mom, and they noticed that all the puppies were walking around dragging their back legs. And they checked them, and they're like, oh my God, did we miss something? Did they all get injured? Well, they didn't. They were mimicking what the mom was doing.
Of course they were.
And they, like, everybody had this moment where like, oh my God, they don't know how to use their back legs, not because they can't use them, but because their mom had that injury. And so what's the emotional injury? What's the emotional back legs that all of us are bringing into our spaces?
If ever there was an advertisement for doing self-development work,
Yes.
it is that.
That, right?
Because then you're going to transfer the of course.
That.
Of course my legs don't work. Of course my legs don't work. My mom's legs don't work.
Let's go. That's why I expand the of course. That is why I do the work. Is so that is if there's going to be something that bleeds onto them, because it is, we are social beings, right? It's going to be the least amount of my dad's, his dad's, and his dad's stuff. It's going to be the least amount of my mom's, her mom's, and her mom's stuff. Right? I'll keep some of it because it's beautiful, but some of it doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to them. And so I will be the cycle breaker so they have a reset. Right? As much of one as they can get.
Amen to breaking cycles.